Hello, welcome back to the Sports Doyen. This is Kushagra, and we've got a full house of football panelists back here today. It's been a while. We know काफी time हो गया है हम लोग को to actually address what's been going on in the world of football, primarily the Premier League, because that's the main league that we focus on. And we've got two Arsenal fans, Prashant and Sulaksh here. We've got a returning Sushil. He's in the States. So first of all, massive congratulations, brother, and also hope you're doing well there.
Yeah. Married man now, so I have a whole new set of responsibilities, like chilling.
Yeah, the enthusiasm is palpable. I mean, I envy the joy there. So yeah, Vijay, I think it's one of the very rare pods on which Vijay is not really clean shaved. So this is a change
I
of
have
pace for
missed the
Vijay.
football.
This is
Yeah.
international
Is
break.
this you? Is this the international break beard?
Yeah, this is the international break. This is the what the hell is happening with
Waiting
Timo
for
Werner
football
beard.
like.
Yeah.
And of course, Pratmesh and Prashant as well. How are you guys doing, man?
Alive and well, I guess. Waiting for 9th April. I'm not at all excited for the Premier League for some reason. But okay, I mean, you can always hope.
Talks more about what the club that you support is doing, isn't it? So
Yeah, the club that you support as well, Kushagra, by the way.
I'm the host. I don't support any club right now. So yeah,
Mm.
Prashant here I guess I think your demeanor is the best demeanor that we have on the channel. Always slightly deathly. So and talking about that, you guys now come back with Liverpool. How's that? How's that?
I mean, if the match wasn't at our home, I would be much happier right now. But since it is not, and it is at Emirates, so Liverpool do have a chance. And
अच्छा अबे में चांस नहीं था.
away में तो we would have won straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
For
the
sure.
thing is,
For sure.
Anfield and Old Trafford are two places where visiting teams can have as much joy as they want right now.
And on that note, I think it's a brilliant segue. I'll come to you, Sulak. We'll start, of course. Always correct for us to start from the home team. So Arsenal take on Liverpool in what is probably the late kickoff on the Saturday night, and the two teams who possibly could still be in the top four race. Liverpool more so than Arsenal because they are ahead of Arsenal. But if Arsenal do manage to get a victory, they can quite significantly close the gap. So I'll come to you, Sulaksh. Any injury news that you want to tell us before we actually get into this match full and proper? Anyone that might be missing from Arsenal?
So Arteta just said in his last press conference that Bukayo Saka and Emil Smith Rowe might be out for the game against Liverpool because of the hectic international schedule that they've had. And Martin Odegaard also had an injury scare for Norway in his first match, although he did play some part in the second match and he looked comfortable. Apart from that, no, not a lot of injury scares, but yeah, the scare of playing someone like Liverpool is enough to get a couple of players injured just before the game. So yeah, it's not good. I mean, it's good that football is back, but I think for us it really turns out to be an irrelevant game because even if we win, I do not think there is any chance for us to make the top four. We're fighting for top eight possibly, and we're fighting for a chance to qualify to the Champions League through the Europa League next season. So that is how I look at it.
It's ironic, right, Kushagra, that before the start of the season, we were talking before the recording that, how terrible did we get our predictions, at the start of the season. It's in the same sentence we're talking about Arsenal and Liverpool having similar ambitions. At this point of time, it's very, very weird to say that come
I
April,
agree.
but I think
Trust me, don't be a betting man and don't trust us, please. That's
I think Liverpool fans should be even more happy because Sergio Ramos is sort of a selfish idiot. Went for that cap record and actually managed to rule himself out of the most important week of Real Madrid season. But that's secondary. I'll come to you, Prashant. I'll give you your opinion as well before we finally get to Sushil and ask him about any potential concerns about Liverpool and also how is he feeling after the 553 million pound a cash injection right up the backsides for the owners there, FSG group there. Jurgen Klopp being very happy about it. He spoke about it in the press conference as well. So Prashant, your thoughts. I know you gave us a little bit of a preview there earlier in the intro. But कैसा लग रहा है यार कि frankly speaking यार इतना भी inconceivable नहीं है for Arsenal to win. I don't think कि this is an all-conquering Liverpool side which can really threaten you guys. I've seen them perform quite poorly consecutively in matches, and जो जीते भी हैं, I haven't really been very convinced, to be very honest. So, and I've seen Arsenal have up and down performances. So, if you guys play them like the way you played Leicester, I think you guys have a shot. And Liverpool को जो भी कह लो, their defense is still weak.
So if we could play like we played Leicester consistently, we would not be in such a situation. Arsenal is not a team that plays good on demand. They just play good so that's the situation. And first of all, good compliment to to consider us that we are in that race for the top 4. We are not, and the reason
Who said that?
I mean, he
Oh.
hinted.
Yeah, he hinted.
he hinted.
Hmm.
That was okay, but and secondly, damn man, I just lost my train of thought there, Vijay man.
No worries. यार इतना
No
भी
worries.
नहीं, मतलब इतना भी खौफ नहीं खा, मतलब ठीक है. Liverpool
Yes, I
Liverpool
got
is
it
good.
back. The way,
Yeah.
the reason why I'm not very excited about the match is that it seems very inconsequential for us. So whether we beat them, like if we beat them, it's going to be great. It's good, but it's not going to affect our season in the Premier League. That is the reason why it's even if we lose, I wouldn't mind much. I would want to win, but now coming to whether we can, yes, I'm sure we can because Liverpool have been looking rusty, but then so has Arsenal. In the recent weeks, however, Arsenal has started to play some good attacking football, and they've started converting chances. My worry is that will Aubameyang and Lacazette show up on the day, because the point is that we have been making chances, we have been creating chances, but we haven't been able to convert them as well as we could have. So a lot depends on that. If we are able to convert those chances, I think we have a great chance of beating Liverpool. The last time we did, we capitalized on all the chances that we had. So that's my opinion on this.
All right, fair enough. I mean, Prashant, I mean, I'll just say Arsenal fans are a little selfish. Sometimes you do things just for the shits and giggles, and if Liverpool lose, it'll just be that. So coming on that part, man, Sushil, first of all, any injury
Yeah.
updates beyond the cash injection that you guys have gotten? Any
I
injury
won't-
updates from Klopp?
Nothing
whoever can be
significant as far
available
as
are being
yeah, nothing
available.
significant as far as honestly, I stopped keeping track of the injuries. After a point, it's just not that useful. You find out when they announce the lineup who's in and who's out. On the cash infusion, obviously, it's important now with whether we're even in the running now, and especially because of the Haaland news. If he moves to one of Barcelona or Real, the other one is immediately probably gonna,
Go
spend
the
the
other
big
way.
bucks to bring the other player in. Yeah. So anyway, on the match itself, or like we've already established, I'm really happy this is an away game. Our home form has been pathetic, dismal. You can use a lot of words. So I'm glad we're playing away. I would, and honestly, our away form hasn't been that bad. We've actually won quite a few games this year away from home. So in that sense, I'm fairly optimistic. The only thing I'd be worried about now is Arsenal. If you saw the last game that they played, I think it was a 3-3 draw, right? And they were down 3-0.
Yeah.
So that's scary in some sense because when a team is that mentally there, that even after going 3-0, obviously it doesn't bode well to go down 3-0 in the first place.
Yeah.
But the fact that they can pull themselves back into games, that makes it dicey. So yeah, I think personnel-wise, Mo Salah is in good form. Sadio has not been in good form, but typically plays really well against Arsenal. So those are the two players I'll be keeping my eyes on for this game from the Liverpool squad.
All right.
I
Fair
have
enough.
one observation to make. So
Yeah.
I've been like publicly, everyone who knows me, my personal Gunners group, they've all known that I've personally been not a very big fan of Arteta, not as a manager, but as a situational manager for this particular club at this time in his early career, I don't think that's the right move that we've made. One thing that you can notice is there is a difference between the 3-0 comeback that we made. So some years ago, we were down 3-0 at Bournemouth, I think in the
Yeah.
75th minute, and then we came back to make the game 3-all, and we
Yeah.
could have won it in the end. And
Had
similarly,
had Giroud not celebrated, you would
had
have won.
Giroud not celebrated and picked up the ball
Yeah.
and went for the kickoff. So the difference is at that time we were a team that was chasing something and were in a fight for the top four battle, and that is why we had that drive. Whereas in this game, I think the comeback was down to us just, I mean, relaxing and thinking now the game's over, and so that's the same with West Ham side. So I don't think we sparked the comeback out of the rigorous fighting nature of our players rather than it just being West Ham stepping off the gas and then
Yeah.
us just returning back to basics and doing passing football.
Basically, Moisey doing Moisey stuff.
Could be.
Can I just interject with maybe like a sidebar question that this
Mhm.
is technically the first time, and this is, can go into Arsenal Liverpool, but this is technically the first time that managers have had a break this season.
Yeah.
Do you see a change in tactics
Mm.
based on, oh my God, like these players are coming back and we can, try different things? Especially given that, now let's say Liverpool maybe not having as many motivations to win this game. Let's say Mo Salah needs the golden boot, but technically Liverpool have a better chance of, reaching next year's Champions League by winning that competition, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely,
So-
and they've got a massive match, a grudge match in the weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
After midweek.
So and with
That-
respect to trying new things for like new teams, do you guys foresee that happening for your teams?
Yeah, first of all, before anyone answers, this has been probably the most cordial
Yeah.
pod we've ever had.
Yeah.
And it's it's almost going to put people to sleep. Yeah, thoda sa jag jao. Matlab, yeah, it's okay. It's come on, well, it's like Arsenal fans saying, "Oh, it's okay, everything's good." Liverpool are decent.
Yeah, I mean,
Liverpool
both
fans
teams.
saying, "Koi baat nahi yaar, theek hai, Arsenal will do."
See,
that."
it's
dono-
What do you
sort
want
of
me to
like
say,
porn.
man? The-
It's
Dono
like
bhi-
porn. Like
this
we know
club has
City's
sucked
going
the
to
life
win
out
it.
of-
Yeah. I
We
think-
know that
Yes.
Sheffield are out of it. So now it's
Yeah.
just you have to
Yeah.
watch the fucking in between. Like that's the porn part. Yeah.
It's so disappointing when you talk about Arsenal Liverpool. The first thing that comes to my mind about Arsenal Liverpool was, I guess, that Benayoun goal and then that Andre Arshavin, that 4-4 game. What a brilliant match! And here they are, three fans of Arsenal Liverpool combined, talking about yaar chalega ho. मतलब you
Arey, theek hai
lose-
yaar,
I'm
but
telling
Liverpool
you.
have been on the up and up, right?
No, no,
What
no,
if
Yeah.
it
it's
was
not.
1-0?
It's
They
not.
can't change reality, dude. Like what do you expect?
No,
Yeah.
but
a little
it's
passion,
not
a little
Arsenal-
more passion.
No.
Let's get that 8th spot, guys. Like what the fuck?
It
No.
is. It is not. It is not Arsenal's fault, by the way. So Liverpool was a team that was supposed to fight for the top positions.
I know,
then-
right?
And
We
then
are doing exactly what was expected out of
Exactly.
the club. Liverpool are the one who's underperforming, so let's
Yeah.
put it there.
So what is this shade being thrown on us? I
Yeah.
mean, player at a
Very
position
very
where losing this match would have meant something. So we would have also been really excited. Okay, we'll beat them. We'll do an upset and stuff like that.
Yeah,
But okay,
I'm shocked, Prashad, to say this. You are not. I guess you're just four points away from Liverpool and I
वही
guess
तो मैं कह
Everton
रहा
as
हूँ.
well.
I mean,
Yeah,
if
we
they
have
win,
a
it's
game.
There is
fine.
a chance.
But what
you can
does catching
top
up
them.
to Liverpool mean? That's the
Yeah.
point, right?
Exactly. That's a different thing.
yeah,
You're
we are
right
very
there.
close, but we are in the middle of the season.
I honestly wish Frank Lampard was here. Like we started the season wanting to close the gap with Liverpool. I think achieved, guys.
Actually, Liverpool decided to close the gap. With
Why was he
everyone. They were
fired?
like, yeah.
Why was he bad? No, I mean, I'm sure Chelsea fans are super happy that he was. Look, where's Chelsea
No,
at?
but to Vijay's question about the international break and how it might affect tactics, I think one major issue is you need your players with you to try out new things. And although it may seem like an international break is a good time for a reset, typically it just means your players come back more tired than they left.
Yeah.
Especially if they play for
so
Germany, because he
I-
only made like 2 changes in
Yeah.
3 games.
We're not
Idiot.
talking
Yeah.
about Germany today, Kushagra.
Especially if you play for. I mean, I'm so happy Ilkay Gundogan had to play 3 games back to back. I hope
Yeah.
he breaks down.
I'm happy about that.
Like
Yeah.
mathematically, like what's the point difference? Like even if Gundogan doesn't play 3 games, they
And
lose
it
3
doesn't
games, they're
matter.
still on
It's just
top, right?
so City
Yeah.
don't win. City don't win the other stuff, man. It's not about the
Yeah.
Premier League anymore. And talking about Man City, I think this should be a good segue. But I'd like to get all of your predictions in first. So start with Pratmesh, Vijay, and then we'll go to the fans that can probably open their hearts out. So Pratmesh, what's the prediction for the match?
I would go 3-1 Liverpool.
All right.
I am hoping that Salah fires, and he fires good enough so that he can fire against Real Madrid as well.
Oh yeah.
He'll be firing blanks.
That's his choice.
Don't do it, man.
There is-
Prashant,
there
just
is-
take the loss. It's
There
fine.
is no Ramos this time, so I guess whoever was supposed to
Arey
do
yaar.
Ramos's part was. I mean, they will fine.
Real Madrid
Um,
later, but yeah, versus Arsenal. Vijay, what about you?
2-1 Liverpool. Yeah. Some
I
things
think
don't
it'll
change.
be 2-1.
Yeah.
I think it'll be 2-1 Liverpool.
You as well? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Prashant?
I think it will be 3-1 Arsenal.
Of course.
Positivity.
So let's
I don't know why I'm laughing.
I think it will be.
Prashant is talking 4 hours into the future.
It will be a 2-1 home victory to Arsenal because I know my club. I know what are the games, the relevant games that we win and make ourselves feel better. And this is
You only win relevant games.
exactly one of those games. Just like last year when we beat Liverpool.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the
Inconsequential.
same
Just
way.
Yeah,
yeah.
Like,
It makes us
That
feel
was a weird
better,
game,
it makes
though.
us feel good. It gives the
That is the first-
Arteta backers another stat to pad about us winning big games and being back in the big time. So yeah.
Hashtag motivation.
Well, I mean, if Arsenal do get the W, I think that will give a lot of fans a lot of extra fodder to talk about. Arteta. Yeah, I know where we are talking about, but too smaller fry here to make a big difference there. Coming back to Man City and of course talking about their opponents, I'll start with you, Vijay. Leicester take on Man City, and this is arguably two of the most informed teams in England right now. Leicester got a very well-deserved victory over Manchester United in the FA Cup quarterfinal. They were dominant from the start to the finish in that match and thoroughly deserved to go to the semis. Probably the only real competitors along with Chelsea to City actually doing a domestic treble, because I've got no hopes from Tottenham in the final that is to come. League Cup final. So, but yeah, talking about Leicester, how do you rate this season? Because it's Brendan Rodgers slightly improved, isn't it? It's like Brendan Rodgers like 3.0, 4.0, whatever you want to call it. He has that's what I don't know. He's still not had that customary fall that he has every season.
Yeah. Vijay, just to put into perspective as well, Brendan Rodgers did outwit Marcelo Bielsa, if you remember.
True. And guys, like that's where I'm at right now. I would like Brendan Rodgers to succeed. I genuinely think he's a manager that's, he's a good manager, but he's holding Chelsea's spot. So, I want that fall. Like, let's see you slip, guys. Like, come on. But will it happen against City? Yeah, I think so. There's a lot of factors to take in, I guess, and Sushil brought it up, like in terms of more international players that have been taken, more critical international players, and I think City have had that issue technically. Leicester has less international players, more time to prepare, and I think this game is at City or at
It's
King
at
Power.
Leicester.
That's
So it's advantage Leicester in a lot of ways, but City do have a solid defense, and that's sort of the cornerstone of their title this season, right? I mean, I'm sorry, I said title, like title in waiting.
Yeah.
But
you can say you're allowed to say title.
yeah, and that's my point. That it seems like it's wrapped up, and I think Leicester are one of those few teams that can help them stumble across to that title. And how I see it though is, is it worth talking about Aguero right now? Hello.
I was going to bring that up because probably arguably the greatest player City have ever had, at least in the modern era, because you can go to the likes of Colin Bell and all from the 50s and the 60s. But talking about the modern era, definitely the greatest goal scorer ever in the club's history. And for me, frankly, along with Yaya Toure and David Silva, of course, Van Stoke Company as well, the 4 or 5 most influential City players probably of all time.
Also, the Premier League like he's one of the best Premier League
Absolute
players.
legend,
of all
Premier
time.
League legend,
Yeah.
Premier League legend.
Yeah.
I'd
Just
say
a
along
shame
with
he
Thierry
never.
Henry, Alan Shearer. Yeah.
It's a
Like,
shame
he's
he
up
never
there.
won the individual awards to go with it. But frankly speaking,
Yeah.
still hold
think
Glazer's
Premier
Glazer's
League
extremely-
moment of all time is sort of like
Yeah.
Yeah, I
he's
think,
won that.
probably
Yeah.
the most rewatched Premier League moment of all time.
Yeah.
Haters gotta hate. What do you gotta do? But yeah, talking about Sergio
Take
Aguero,
off your shirt.
No, my brother knows exactly what we were doing on that day at that. Never
Yeah.
forget it. Never
Yeah.
forget it.
Remember someone named Robin van Persie next season? What he did?
Doesn't matter.
Yeah,
He
something
did-
inconsequential still compared to
anyway.
that, but okay.
we
Yeah.
move. So yeah, talking about Man City, I'll quickly cover that with you, Sushil. Man City absolutely dominant, absolutely on course to unheralded success in this season. They could possibly win all 4 trophies that they're competing. They're competing for. And how do you see them going about this particular match? Because they have the Champions League as well right after that. And as Sulak put in the comments right below, Aguero to Arsenal. He could end up in London. I think he might end up at Chelsea. Because the
Yeah.
was a pretty
Wants to
strong.
move back to Argentina though, right?
No, he
I'm
doesn't
around.
want to leave the Premier League. Yeah,
Yeah.
अलग ही है.
His
Yeah,
heart
look,
wants Argentina, his bank
last
account
6
wants
years he's
Chelsea.
been saying, I'll move back.
Yeah.
I'll move back. Now the time is to move back. He says, no, I want to stay back.
Kushagra, the issue is this time
time.
I think Guardiola did not renew his contract. Maybe that's why he's pissed and he wants to make sure that okay, I will prove this to him
No,
again.
injury and plus I think Prathamesh is right because of
Yeah.
City not extending his contract. I think he has gotten to that Suarez zone. now.
Kushagra, one
मैं
thing that I
मारूंगा
would
इनको.
suggest him कि यार घर वही उसी घर में रह ले, just move to a little different part
No,
of Manchester.
He just said,
no.
I would
Don't do
suggest
that,
something
man.
to Aguero. Like, I'm on his
No.
text group.
No. Anyway, Sushil, moving past Aguero, I mean, he's not even featured that much this season, so he definitely will leave with the Premier League medal.
Yeah.
What all other medals can we expect?
Interesting question because I think City have been in this situation more than once over the last
Yes.
decade, and they've messed it
It's
up
our
every
collective
time. So, I
goodwill
don't see-
that has not helped them win.
Yeah, exactly. So if we look at those trophies one by one, right? FA Cup, sure, they can pull it off. League Cup, they can pull it off. It's the Champions League that's what they wanted. They would gladly give up those other 3 trophies just to get the Champions League, or at least the Sheikh would. But the issue is they've consistently underperformed in the knockout stages, right? I think their best performance has been at semis. So in that sense, I don't really see what's changed because I know Srinivas, who's a massive City fan, will disagree and he'll say that these tactics are what we've been waiting for. But at the end of the day, would you be surprised if in their Champions League game Guardiola just comes up with some harebrained idea and messes it all up? I wouldn't.
No.
So until they act, but my larger point is it's difficult to predict because of these things that Guardiola does. It would be a great achievement for them to go all the way and win all 4 trophies, and I can see them winning 3 of them.
Yeah.
It's that 4th trophy that they always mess up, and that I'm still not convinced that they've changed their mentality enough to win it.
Yeah, and City have a tough draw. I mean, for a change, they don't have it all easy like they do.
Yeah.
Even though Dortmund, I don't think I would, or anyone for that matter, no one in their right mind would put them as favorites. But they can be real thorns in their side because they've got a couple of unbelievable players there in Dortmund, and on their day they can absolutely roundhouse kick anyone in the world. So quickly, lads, if you can give me your predictions for this one as well. We'll start with you, Sulaksh, and then go along for Leicester City.
I think it will be a exciting 2-2.
Why
City
not?
dropping points.
Prashant,
I think it's 1-1.
Prathamesh, I mean, draw is allowed.
3-0 Man City.
Bold.
Yeah.
Bold.
Sushil?
1-0 Man City.
Vijay?
This honestly feels like the end of Casino Royale, where everyone's just putting their cards and just it's just random shit that and I'm going with 1-1 Leicester Man City. Yeah, because City can lose the point and Leicester want to gain it. Yeah.
Yeah, and why not? Why not? If you're gaining just a point, just take away all three, right? I'm going for a 2-1 Leicester. Why not? It'll just it's not as if these predictions matter, but yeah, we'll do that, and we'll move on. We'll move on to the next game. It is of course Prathamesh's beloved Spurs.
It's not my beloved Spurs; it's a beloved
Jose
manager.
Mourinho.
Yeah.
Jose Mourinho.
So the sack race, as we'd like to call it, managers who could go, who definitely, one of them is definitely going at the end of the season. We could have both of them be out in the season. So Spurs versus Newcastle. Spurs just got knocked out of the Europa League as well, Prathamesh. If he doesn't win that League Cup final, he's dead. He's absolutely dead. And even in spite of winning it, the chances of him sticking around are very few. Yeah, Vijay?
I think there's a situation where it's too expensive to sack him. Spurs.
Yeah, that is a situation.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
That is a realistic situation.
And then they've had those comments by Harry Kane as well on international duty. Sulak says he's already dead because dinosaurs are extinct. Who's the specialist in failure now, buddy? But
yeah, I mean, how that full circle, right?
I mean, I want him to be around because he has that tendency to just spice things up, but I don't think he's.
Where does he go next? Fulham?
International. I think that if I
I think that's the next way for Jose.
I can see him transitioning full time into punditry.
I don't think any nationality will be stupid enough to take him.
Yeah.
But anyway,
apart from
coming back to Spurs versus
Newcastle.
Newcastle. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Spurs versus Newcastle. Of course, we'll talk about Steve Bruce and his team a little later. But talking about Spurs, Prathamesh, they did get knocked out of the Europa League, but they did have a good victory after that. Looking at them, they seemed like they were in good form heading into that match in the Europa League, and Bale had started to score, even though he said he's basically used Tottenham as a gym, and basically you get fit. I don't get it. I mean, what kind of a statement was that? I came here to get fit. All I know is I'm going to Real Madrid next season.
Yeah.
All right. As if they treated you so well.
He said that.
He said that, yes.
He said that in the press conference for Wales.
He said exactly what Kushag said.
Like, I'm going back to Real Madrid next season.
Yeah.
Damn.
He basically said, I have a legal obligation to go back to Real Madrid.
No, basically.
I have been keeping myself
basically, he said the plan was always to come here and get match fit for the Euros, be at my top level for the Euros, and next season, as far as I know, I'm a Real Madrid.
Yeah.
He just does not give a fuck.
Vijay, he just wanted to use a new Tottenham gym, I guess. That is the only reason he actually.
Yeah, but I mean, respect, dude. He's like Ibra, like Welsh Ibra or something.
Not even Ibra, but at least Ibra likes football.
Ibra is successful.
True. Bale is successful.
I mean, Gareth Bale is more successful than Ibra.
Yeah. He's got 4 Champions Leagues.
Yeah.
Anyway, Prathamesh, talking about Tottenham, before that Europa League match, they seemed like, they were thoda sahi chal raha tha. They were on some sort of a decent run, even though they had lost to Arsenal as well prior to that. So, coming into this match, once again, I think all eyes will be at that, I think 17th of April or 20th. I'm not entirely sure what day in April is the final. I think that will be the primary focus against City, but they surely cannot bank upon that. 6th to finish karna hi hoga, at least for them to get European football again next season. So how do you see this match coming about? Because Sulak corrected me, 25th of April is the League Cup final. So how do you see this match coming along? Because Newcastle themselves are quite desperate for points. I think the 17th, if I'm not wrong. Just barely above the relegation zone. So they'll also be scrapping around.
Absolutely, and I guess you talked about a final that gets telecasted on Wood. That is how much it means in India. But in any way, I guess when you talk about Tottenham, again, as Sulaksh mentioned, we win the most irrelevant games. I think that is what Tottenham did last time out. The game that they had to win, they messed it up so badly. The guy got a hat trick. It was the best day in the club's existence.
That third goal, that was criminal.
That was I mean, I mean, that was just a brilliant game, and I guess a lot of happiness for them. And just the way Jose Mourinho comes out in his post-match press conference, as if he's a manager who knew that if he doesn't win the final, he's going to get sacked. But the only reason he's not going to get sacked is because the club doesn't have the money to sack him. So I guess that is why he was so, you call it bindas about it, by just, trying to unnecessarily just take it on players, take it on someone else, or take it on the pitch sometimes, and just doing Jose Mourinho things. But then, yes, I guess very bad game for Tottenham, a very irrelevant victory in the next game. I mean, Tottenham really have to realize where they are right now. Beating Aston Villa 2-0, I can understand it. There was a lot of positivity about it. Just the way Jose spoke about that game, it felt like they beat Man City 2-0, I guess. So I think they need to understand it. They can't take mediocre games as if, they are going to be, extremely important for them, and, talk about it like, the very gutsy way. No wonder Gareth Bale wants to go back to Real Madrid. I mean, all of the other comments aside, Gareth Bale actually wants to be with the champion team, and I guess I could totally understand why he would have come to Tottenham just to get himself fit and go back. Newcastle, on the other hand, I'm generally looking forward to San Maximan. I think he might feature, so I guess that would be really good to see. Heung-min Son might also return. Ben Davies and Matt Doherty are out, so I guess that's a major worry for Tottenham again. So I don't know, man. I mean, when you talk about the sack race, as you guys said, I guess Steve Bruce will still stay. I mean, even if he stays in the Premier League, he stays. It's just the kind of football that he plays is not entertaining sometimes. But I guess then we're talking about Jose versus Steve Bruce. I mean, then it can't get any more bad than that in terms of entertainment. And I guess I'm
It's a
thoroughly
perfectly competitive matchup.
yeah.
I've never seen Prathamesh diss Jose like
No,
that, but
I
okay.
am because I feel it's over. I mean, for Jose Mourinho, I guess it's over in the Premier League. I genuinely feel like you guys say probably going to Panditri. I would love to come like Jose to come in the ISL someday, or maybe which he might not. Maybe because Jose Mourinho thinks he's above the ISL,
He
so
just might, I mean,
he just might. And then
You might see him at MLS. You might see him in MLS
yeah,
if he's
at the
going out
MLS,
of
yes.
Europe.
Fair enough, you might see him there, but then again, I don't have any positive vibes about Tottenham in the game. Only positive vibes that I get from Tottenham is Harry Kane, and it's only a matter
And
of
वो भी
time
छोड़ने
before he
जाता है.
realizes. Yeah, it's only a matter of time before he realizes कि this is not
I
where
think
No,
want
I
to
think
be
he's
right
going to
now.
leave this season.
stupid.
Yeah.
This summer
But
he's going to
जाएगा
leave.
कहाँ? That who will afford it?
Arey,
Nobody
I'm
has the
telling you
money.
what will
Golden
happen. He will have
If
a
City don't
holiday
land Haaland, I
and
think they'll go for Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Sorry, Suresh.
It
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, you make sense, but I think what is going to happen is he's going to have a bad Euros because England can't win shit, and then he's going to stay at Tottenham because they're going to sack Mourinho, and he's just going to have
Yeah,
he's
I
going to
guess.
have an Alan Shearer kind of a career.
So, Laksh, what I feel is, I guess if they are able to sell Harry
At least
Kane,
Alan won one Premier League one.
yeah, if they're able to sell Harry Kane, they'll at least get the money to sign Jose, I guess. I mean, so that will be one thing they'll do.
Actually.
I mean-
नहीं यार इतना भी नहीं nonsense
I know.
यार. I mean
See,
that is why you don't make a deal with the devil. I mean,
Exactly,
बार
and
बोला है.
just the incredible amount of money they pay.
So who do you
This is my
expect?
final.
Who do you expect to win, Prathamesh, in this match?
I expect a 0-0 draw, as boring as it gets.
Oh God,
and
not watching
No,
this.
and-
Okay, okay.
also-
I need to like say something. Can you get like Jose Mourinho is not a bad manager, guys. Like what?
he is,
Like,
but see the
no,
point
Current-
is
no,
What
like
is
what
that.
do
this?
you mean?
2004
As it
Chelsea
said.
coming back.
Dude, he was
Yeah.
no, it's not even that. He was like in December, top of the table, right? In December.
He was
I get
fighting-
it.
He was
5
fighting
seconds.
to be.
Yeah.
But I'm
It was
just
not
saying
in
the
December.
way
It was,
I mean,
Vijay,
9
it was in
games.
November. It was in November.
Which are 8-9 games
Okay.
into a season, you can be top of the table. There is no problem in life.
Eight,
But look at
nine-
where they are right now. That's the problem, right?
I am not blind to that, but I'm
Yeah.
saying that this is not some. I mean, the hate you guys just dispatched does not go to
Vijay,
Mikel
when
Arteta.
was the last
Does
time?
not-
When was the last time Jose Mourinho did something that was actually a very good?
He won the
thing?
treble of irrelevance with your club, right? Didn't he?
Exactly. It is irrelevant. That's the whole point.
But he won something, and that was the last time you guys won something, right? Whenever you
Still
scrape your glory hunting barrel.
Glory holding barrel. I like that.
I mean, I'm
That
sorry.
is
it's
a different
yeah.
kind of a barrel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
something-
Whichever. You have to use that hole to like go pick those trophies. That's my point.
One
Whether
last
you
thing.
like it or not.
I
One
mean,
last
I
thing.
agree
One last
with that
thing.
he's not a
And
bad manager.
You know what? He's
I
going
think
into
he's-
punditry. You guys sound like in those movies where those newscasters are there and the hero's like really having a bad time and they like diss on him. you guys sound like that guy, like, like Josie's career is over, he should go to punditry, and then like that's when the script starts, like, obstacles
The
start getting
Rocky,
coming,
Yeah.
and
Theme song
yeah,
starts, and-
exactly. So don't be that guy,
No, but see,
especially
Vijay,
this
what I'm
season.
I mean,
So you know what is
West Ham are
funny?
2 points behind Chelsea. Where Moyes is not a revelation, right?
No,
That's
but
my
see,
point.
That's the point. I
And
think
also-
Jose
also
Mourinho
speak-
is massively underperforming to his own levels for a
Yeah.
long time now, and I fail to listen to this argument that no, he's still a good manager. Then you should have called Arsene Wenger a good manager at the end of his career.
I do call
Because-
Arsene Wenger a good
no, but
Arsene
he
Wenger
manager.
was
wasn't
a
a
good
good manager.
manager.
In the last
He
4-5
still
years,
is.
he was missing the obvious tricks. He was missing the things that he needed
Okay,
to change in his
before
system.
we digress into Arsene Wenger's career, I think one thing which I genuinely want to add: the Sheikh will win the Champions League. I think next season at least, but it won't be with Manchester City. It will be in
The
Asia,
Sheikh?
the AFC Champions League. That will be with Mumbai City FC.
Boo, oh my god.
What
What?
just happened? What the
What
hell
an
just happened?
what did? Oh, all right. That
He is like a
segment also happened.
paid segment. I wish we were getting paid.
Yeah. It's like a
Anyway,
City ad or something.
Okay,
mean,
guys, back to Tottenham prediction.
back to Tottenham. Just give me a prediction, bro.
I'll go for a 2-0 Tottenham victory because I think they'll escape.
You know, they're just 3 points behind Chelsea. If Chelsea drop points, they'll be. If Chelsea lose, they'll go actually.
No,
go
but
above Chelsea.
I have
Goal
full
difference is
faith in
equal.
Chelsea being more consistent than Tottenham. So I don't think even if Chelsea drop a game here or there, it will be very consequential. At
I
least
mean,
for Tottenham.
their records are dead level, dude. Their records are dead level. I can
But
just
you see their trajectory, like you say, they both are meeting like this, but one of them is going up and one of them is going down. So
Form
right now
is
they're
basically
meeting.
what Sulaksh is talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
he's just converting it into a more sellable.
All right, all right. So is it a Tottenham victory for all of us? Is it?
No.
Yeah, and I
nil-nil.
think no, I just want to mention
think
that
so.
motivations are high for the Golden Boot because it's Salah and Harry Kane in clubs
Yeah.
that they might leave next season, so they really want that. Yeah,
Look
I
at
mean,
Sushil.
you can smile, but there's rumors, but yeah.
I think there would be others in the team leaving before Mo Salah leaves.
Whoa.
I think Firmino goes. Is what I
I
Yeah.
would like to mention one thing, that all the hate that Jose Mourinho is getting is because he calls himself the chosen one.
Yeah,
He's a
I mean-
decently good manager. You know,
self-actualization levels, I guess.
so when he is
Yes.
underperforming, I think he deserves all the criticism that he is getting and more.
Not go to punditry, dude. That's all I'm saying.
He went to
Just look-
punditry
See,
for a year.
the
but it's a
statement
perfect-
was
No, like as his long-term career
This
option.
pod
That's my
has
point.
completely gone out of hand.
Prashant, your prediction, mate.
prediction is 1-0 to Newcastle.
Let's go.
Yeah,
This guy.
after all of this.
Jose's career just
After
got
all of-
stolen.
Sushi, Tottenham
It's
win.
okay. We always have faith
Tottenham
at
win,
the
yeah.
All right. All right. We'll come to you, Vijay, now with the next fixture, of course, because it is Chelsea versus West Brom. On paper, it should be an easy banker 3 points. You guys have been in good form as well. Any injury concerns for Chelsea as such, otherwise, or
Timo Werner's fragile ego.
Oh my God. What was he doing for Germany? As a German fan, all I wanted to do was break everything.
I thought I'd rip that band-aid open, yeah. And well, I just want to preface this by saying I think you guys brought up that Tottenham are 3 points behind. West
Yeah.
Ham are 2 points behind. Chelsea's final 4 games are City, Arsenal, Leicester, and Aston Villa.
wow,
So
that's
when
a
you-
tough run.
That's the final 4 fixtures, right? And
All
so
4 of them.
when we talk about like good managers, bad managers, it could easily be Tottenham in the top 4. Like I don't know, but my point is this: it could be Moyes in the top 4 and Brendan
Yeah.
Rodgers in the top 4. I'm just saying this is not that season.
Yeah.
And with respect to the West Brom game, yeah, Chelsea's defense is the 5-man defense is really working, but it's at the cost of our attack. We've scored 11 goals in 10 games. So that's really not the 200 million output that we put in, expected output that we put in based on investment. Kai Havertz, Timo Werner, let's say
Hakim.
Hakim Ziyech, they're all performing at middling levels of let's say profligacy, but it's just not.
It's not top
I've
four
heard
level football. It's not
it's
top
not
four
top
level.
four. It's enough to win, but
Yeah.
it's not maybe like champions level, and that's a
Yeah.
hard ask on Tuchel. He's come in and he's actually there is an argument that since Tuchel has come in, it's Chelsea's had the best defense in
Yeah.
like all over Europe. I think they've only conceded 2 goals. One is Rudiger's own goal. So it begs the question that we've been doing really well defensively. Has that been the result? Is that the reason that our attack has suffered? That is true because where there's 5 men in the back holding off transitions, it's different. So that's one of the things that I'm hoping Tuchel, who has a reputation for tinkering with his team, uses this international break to maybe try something new, because the attacking talent is there, right? And I would be really, especially with teams like West Brom, I would really love to see like a emphatic victory, even though maybe if it comes at the cost of a few goals.
All right. I think that's right. You guys have been very good defensively. Probably would want to be more expressive offensively. Just a word from you as well on Christian Pulisic and his comments. I know. I mean, this is actually a player that I genuinely followed a lot at Borussia Dortmund. Still think he's a fantastic player. Has been very unlucky with injuries. Some of them being muscle problems. The other being, he probably rushed himself back from an injury too soon or something like that. But he's come out and spoken about his unhappiness at the lack of playing time that he's been having, and his desire to actually play more, and an open and ended answer towards whether he will stick around or not, because it's been what this is his if I'm not wrong, this is his third season now.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you count it half season as a
Half a season, yeah.
Yeah.
Like 2.5.
Third end of season, right, with Chelsea. What have you made of him in his time at Chelsea, and how do you look at him that way?
Hands down our most creative attacking talent, like that I've seen, that I believe is in potential as well. He's only 22 years old. Am I right?
Yeah, he's very young. Yeah.
He's super young.
Yeah, 23
20,
this year. Yeah.
23 this year, but 2020 is right off, right? So
Yeah.
no, so what I mean is, I think I saw it the last game that when he came on, he had cut past like 2-3 defenders and created a scoring opportunity. I think the stats back that. I think what he hasn't have, and his complaint is valid, is a good run of games. That he's not been given that opportunity. It's with good reason. Our performances are consistent, as Sulaksh has pointed out earlier. We are in the upward trajectory. Our defense is solid. So maybe chances will be hard to come by right now, but the next season, Timo, Havertz, Ziyech, and Pulisic will have teams built around them, and I think this run of games will be the opportunity for them to show like what's going to happen. There are Haaland rumors. I know we all have them. It's like a sickness right now. But
it's the rhiolitis.
Yeah, exactly. And technically there was a lot of questions like if he comes in, what happens to all these players? But I think Christian Pulisic is one particular player I don't think we should be worried about. He should be worried about. I think Chelsea have made that investment with a very long-term project in mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's for sure he's a fantastic player, and him and Gio Reyna were on flames for the USMNT over the international break, and they would love to see him perform well. As you said, exactly like that, man. Almost every time I feel like I watch Chelsea and I watch him play, he's almost cutting through players, always cutting through players right in the middle, and he actually dribbles in the toughest part of the toughest area of the pitch. He dribbles right at the center part of the goal, and that's so difficult. You really need incredible ball control and balance, and very low center of gravity to do that. Something what Aguero used to do in his prime. But yeah, coming back, so we can expect a Chelsea win, Vijay.
Yeah, but I think it's still going to be a 1 or 2-0.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, are we in agreement?
Safe bet.
I'm sorry, I said it so sadly. It's going to be a 1 or 2-0 victory, guys. Yeah.
It's a safe.
What about
bet.
the rest of you guys? Same prediction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 or 2.
I mean, yeah.
All right.
No,
how often does this
I
happen?
think
They actually
Chelsea
are wrapping
will-
something in 40 minutes.
Yeah, but I think Chelsea will take it in a bigger way, probably 3-2.
And now it's 10 moments.
I genuinely hope whatever happens, Timo Werner scores. I mean, I just got pissed at that North Macedonia game. I don't know.
He's having that American Pie kind of thing. Like he needs to get laid. Like that's the whole rest of the season for him now. Like
So still
guys,
now it's the 10-minute extension.
I'm talking about
But yeah.
every holes in American Pie and whatnot.
Lovely pod, lovely pod. I think we probably have to mark it for age, but we'll wrap it up now, boys. Just a brief word to everyone, guys. I know this whenever this pod comes out, you guys will have a fair idea of our live, but we will be live on Sunday as well. We will be reviewing the big match, of course, which was at that point, Liverpool, Arsenal versus Liverpool, and we'll be looking ahead to Manchester United versus Brighton. There's a reason we didn't review it today. There are a couple of fitness concerns which probably will be resolved by day after tomorrow, and we'll have a better idea.
Yeah.
Marcus Rashford and Mason Greenwood both trained today, but the first training session in like 3 weeks or 4 weeks or so. And Martial and Lindelof from United have still not.
Martial may as well not be fit. I mean,
yeah, and Cavani is back fit. So
that's good.
That's a plus point. And Pogba did play in the international break and didn't talk about a transfer. So there are a lot of interesting things to talk about. Very surprising things to talk about. Raiola probably is too busy with Haaland right now to open his trap about Pogba. And that is my only suggestion to any club looking at Haaland is it is genuinely the worst experience for a club. Just look at the way Raiola has treated Dortmund. And you know what? In your face, Dortmund, for the way you guys are complete bitches in the last summer.
Yes.
And I hope you lose both Haaland and Sancho for peanuts, and
to anyone. I won't care if he goes to a Liverpool or a Man City as well. Lose him to anyone.
How dare you try to protect your players from?
No. They're not protecting anyone. They're not protecting anyone at this point.
And if you
saw Sancho, you saw what happened to Sancho's form. And now what Haaland is just a more force of a personality. If he wants to go, he'll just go. Dortmund can keep saying anything. He'll go because Haaland is more headstrong and probably has more brutish of an age.
Yeah, plus insanely good press conferences as well.
We'll wrap up those things once we are.
He's genuinely that good as well. I mean, clubs are lining up to.
Of course, man.
Haaland's good. There's no question about it.
Haaland and along with Mbappe are probably going to be the two best players in the world for the next 5 to 10 years.
No, I'm calling it out right now. They're not. They're not going to be Messi and Ronaldo. They're not even going to come close. I'm just saying, no, not even
in the world.
Messi,
maybe like 2 years. Wait for it.
That.
Messi and Ronaldo are the best players in the history of football. Let's just leave it at that.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean.
Also, guys, before we wrap up, there are 2-3 things that I want to point out. So I know we only talk about the Premier League mostly, but a couple of interesting things happening around the world. Bayern versus Leipzig tomorrow with a 4-point gap and
no Lewandowski.
No Lewandowski, man. That is really
bad. Then there are 7 games left in the season and a 1-point difference. Then we move on to Spain, where we have Barcelona, who are breathing down the neck of Atletico after Atletico were 10 points ahead, and now they only have a 4-point lead. So, hoping for another unconventional.
There is a reason why we don't talk about La Liga, Sulaksh.
No, I'm just updating everyone. It's exciting that other people.
And
then we go to Serie A. And Inter Milan currently have a 6-point lead over AC Milan, who are in second with a game in hand. And they probably are looking to go and win the Scudetto for themselves with 11 games remaining. So, couple of
even Liga, if I might add, guys, Liga. PSG and Lille are, joined first on 63 points.
Oh,
each,
yeah.
And Lyon are on 60.
Or only
Lyon are on 60s.
Yeah, 8 games left of the season. So I don't know how Lille has managed that. I think I have not been following the Liga particularly, but that's interesting. So keep your eyes out. May this weekend could give us some.
AFC Champions League also starts soon, so look out at that.
Okay, look out for Mumbai FC.
No, not Mumbai this time. It's FC Goa this time.
It's FC Goa. Mumbai is the next. Oh, this is so weird. This is the weirdest thing that happens, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, it's out of sync, isn't it? It's out of sync. It really is.
So just keep an eye out, and we'll update you next week about everything.
For sure, and we'll also be doing lives on the Tuesday and try to do one more on the Wednesday as well, because we've got massive Champions League games coming around the corner. And
oh yeah.
Yeah,
No,
so
Europa
of course,
League. You
Vijay
mean
and
massive
Sushil.
Europa League game, right?
I mean, if you guys really want to do a Thursday, we
No,
can
man.
schedule one.
We
but
can
It's
do an
disappointing. It's
all-encompassing
disappointing.
Friday.
Yeah, man, it's
all
disappointing.
right, lads. Thank you so much for joining in. Wonderful to have the guys, all of you guys back here. So thank you so much. And guys, do check out the Sports Doin, the website, all our socials, all of these guys on the socials. Do give them a follow. I'm sure they'll follow back. And up until then, from behalf of Sushil, Pratnesh, Sulaksh, Prashant, and of course Vijay, this is me, Kushagra, signing off, and we'll see you soon.